I'm going to share with you the number one reason why freight brokers and freight agents suck at sales. Okay. And as you can see, I took a bunch of notes. I got a ton of notes here. Okay. That I got to go over today. So I'm going to share with you what I believe is the number one reason why freight brokers and freight agents suck in sales. And it all begins with tactics over systems. Now, let me explain to you what I mean by that. Most freight brokers and freight agents believe that if they just had the perfect sales script, that they would be successful. Some people believe that if they had the perfect cold email template that they could mail out to people or email out to people, they would be successful. Most people believe that tactics, one-off sales tactics are the secret to success in sales. Whether you're selling freight brokerage or technology or real estate or insurance or whatever you're selling, most people believe that tactics are the way to win, are the winning ingredients to sales. But I totally disagree. Tactics are a very small part and a component of what really drives sales, which is having a winning and proven sales system. Okay. So the difference between someone who is maybe an average freight broker or below average or startup and struggling, they focus on tactics. But the freight brokers and freight agents who earn the top 5% or the top income earners and have the biggest businesses and are growing really fast, they have winning sales systems. So I'm going to explain to you the difference. Again, that example I gave you about people asking me, do you have a sales script that I can use? Well, of course, but there are hundreds, if not thousands of variations of a sales script. Oh, do you have a cold email that I can use to send out to prospects so that they'll give me loads? Again, there's thousands of different ways to create that. What's more important that you understand is the strategy and the system behind winning in sales as a freight broker. So let me give you an example of my system, right? Now, most of you probably know by now that I've created what's called the Freight Broker Sales Accelerator. That is my freight broker and freight agent sales training program. It's specific to freight brokerage and it's specific to sales only. So it's an advanced sales training program. And that's where I teach my winning and proven sales system. So rather than just teaching tactics, I teach an entire system, which is a suite of strategies and tactics combined that work in a winning system. So let me give you kind of a high level view of the difference between what a lot of people teach, which are these one-off strategies versus an actual sales system, right? So it all starts with mindset, right? You have to have a winning sales mindset. That's a part of this. That's not a tactic. That's a strategy. And that's part of my Freight Broker Sales Accelerator system, is having a winning sales mindset. You got to start with your mindset, okay? Another component of it is filling your sales funnel, right? So you have to fill that funnel at the top with prospects so that you can have customers fall out the bottom, right? So that includes things like winning cold outreach formula and, creating a compelling sales hook and those sorts of things, right? Those sorts of components of filling your sales funnel, how to do the proper outreach, having a multi-touch point outreach strategy. Those are all part of having a winning sales system as it relates to filling your funnel. The next one is follow-up, right? We all know that the fortune's in the follow-up, but there's a right way to follow up. There's a wrong way to follow up. And it's not about having one-off tactic. It's understanding the overall strategy, the overarching strategy behind doing proper follow-up and how and where it fits into the sales system and the sales process, okay? So that's another example. Overcoming objections. This is another thing that people struggle with, right? In order to overcome objections, there's no individual script that's going to win the game consistently. You have to understand human psychology. You have to understand what the objections are and why the objections are there. And then you can formulate some messaging in some words, and I guess if you want to call it a script or a framework that you can use to overcome those common objections. There's only 4 or 5 really common objections in freight brokerage, right? So if you learn how to do that, it makes your job so much easier. But can you see how there's an entire system here? It starts with mindset, and then filling your funnel, and then follow up, and then overcoming objections. And then one of the next things is customer retention and growth. How do I retain the customer? I got the first load. How do I retain and grow that account? That's a very important component that nobody ever talks about. And it's not something that's intuitive. It's something that you have to understand. It's a part of this overall winning process, okay? And then the last component of it is leveraging, how to leverage modern technology to enhance the sales experience, not only for you to convert a higher level of prospects that go into that funnel into customers, but to enhance the experience for your prospects and for your customers, right? So that's the example of having a winning sales system versus just having one-off tactics or scripts or templates, right? I get messages every single day from students and of Freight Broker Bootcamp and from people that watch my YouTube channels and people that find me online and asking me, what's the perfect sales script, or what is the sales script that I need in order to get customers? Or can you share with me the perfect email template that's going to help me to get customers? And the fact is, it doesn't exist. Okay. There is no perfect. What's more important is that you understand the overarching strategy and you incorporate that into a winning system. And that's the system that I designed at a high level is what I just went over with you now, is a winning mindset and understanding how to fill your funnel and understanding how to do the proper follow-up and overcoming objections and customer retention and growth strategies and leveraging technology. That's a system that will create predictable, right, results for you in your efforts of growing a highly profitable freight broker or freight agency business. So the number one mistake that I see people making, and the number one reason why freight brokers and freight agents, most freight brokers and freight agents suck at sales, is because they're focused on one-off tactics versus having a winning sales system. Now that takes education, that takes time, that takes effort, that takes failure, that takes an investment of not only time and energy, but resources on your part. And after being asked literally hundreds and hundreds of times over the last decade to create a winning sales system training program, I launched my Freight Broker Sales Accelerator program. I launched it last year. It was a huge success. It sold out twice. I limited the number of people that could go through the program. It sold out twice. And the reviews that we've gotten from the students, we asked them after the training program to rate their experience 1 to 10. And out of a 1 to 10 rating system, the average review was a 9.7, which is really insane. So I'm going to be launching that program very, very soon. So if you are a freight broker or you are a freight agent, or you think you're ready for this more advanced sales strategy, what I'm going to suggest you do is get on the wait list, because I'm hoping to launch this very, very soon. All you got to do to get on the wait list is go to freightbrokerbootcamp.com/waitlist. Okay. If you go there, you're going to be able to get on the wait list. Now, all that, it's not going to guarantee you a spot in the program. And this is a paid program. It's not a free program. Okay. It's totally separate from Freight Broker Bootcamp. And it's, again, this is a very specific and advanced sales training program, but you will get notified as soon as I release it. I'm hoping to get it released here maybe in the next week to 10 days. Okay. So you would get notified immediately and get the first chance to enroll. Now, I promise you, this is going to sell out super quick. It sells out, and I'm going to limit it probably to 50, maybe max out at 100 people. Okay. But again, it is a paid program. You're going to have to invest. It's not cheap, but it's going to be worth more than 10 times whatever you invest in the program. I promise you that. I absolutely promise you. And it will have a money back guarantee. So if you're not happy, you'll be able to get your money back. So I'm going to release all those details very, very soon. So if you want to be able to get on the wait list and you want to get notified when I launch that program, check out freightbrokerbootcamp.com/waitlist. Now, that's for the Freight Broker Sales Accelerator. If you're just getting started, right, and you are just looking to get started as a freight broker, freight agent, you need those early steps, those startup steps. My suggestion to you is to start with freightbrokerbootcamp.com. That's my online startup freight broker training program that I've trained over 10,000 students. I've had that program for over a decade. We have 100% unconditional money back guarantee for anybody if you're not happy with that program. It's been deemed the most cost-effective and comprehensive online startup freight broker training program available online. Okay. So you can always check that out at freightbrokerbootcamp.com. So if you want to be a part of the Freight Broker Sales Accelerator, get on the wait list. If you want to be a part of the Freight Broker Bootcamp, just go to freightbrokerbootcamp.com and you can check out all the details of how to enroll in that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys being here. Have an awesome day.